Liberals are, of course, all for what they call feminism, unless they're talking about Republican women who are biological women. You know, the New York Magazine column asks, how did Republican women end up like this? Are GOP women okay? The piece attacks women like Katie Britt, Kristi Noem, Nancy Mace, among others, writing in the article, the Republican women seeking to steer their party into the future are finding themselves in a series of constrictive binds. Constrictive binds, very colorful language. Above all, between trying to build independent political identities and slavishly follow Donald Trump. I see a theme emerging here. It continues for the women in his party who want to gain any political authority. Submitting to him and conforming to his standards is the only path to survival. Now, that's some pretty wacky language, I got to say.
How did I know you were going to come to me first?
You know, Mathew, we tried to designate Mathew as our second woman.
I'm not the designated survivor. I'm the designated woman.
That's right, second woman for the day. But here it comes on New York Magazine, and it's an attack on conservative women, Republican women. How could they possibly operate in a party? Now, this is the party of Bill Clinton and Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, and the list goes on, and the standing ovations for Roman Polanski, and you know, it's the Democrat Party. You know, I've met Juanita Broaddrick and Paula Jones. Don't tell me about feminism in the Democrat Party. And their women are people like Hillary Clinton. I mean,
Monica Lewinsky.
Right.
So this article is over 10,000 words. It was really hard to get through. It kind of made my stomach turn, but it's based on the premise that the Republican Party in general is oppressive to women. And so how can women be in the Republican Party? And it bases that oppression on the fact that there are people within the Big Tent Party who are pro-life and they're against abortion. Therefore, that makes them, the entire party, oppressive. As a Republican woman, I have never felt this way in my entire life. And women are multidimensional. We're not just one-issue voters, right? The economy affects me. When I go to the grocery store to pay for meals for my children, education affects me. With the COVID shutdowns, it's finding private schools so that my kids won't fall behind. Inflation affects me. Mortgage rates are really high. I'd like to sell my house, but right now I cannot in this market. The border concerns me. Every day we have illegals crossing this border, and women are being victimized. It was just a mother of 5 the other day. It was Lakin Riley before that, a nursing student who was going out on a run. Now there's a young 13-year-old teenage girl who was raped in a park in mid-daylight. So women are the victims of this surge in illegal immigration coming across the border. So no, we're not just one issues. And yes, there are women within the Republican Party who are not pro-life, who are actually pro-choice. But that's what makes us the Big Tent Party. So you can't define us by one issue and one issue alone. And hey, listen, also, I'd just like to say the AI, the New York Post, found that AI, when they looked at liberal women and conservative women, they found that conservative women were generally more attractive and happier looking than liberal women. So I just had to add that.
They're happier looking because they're happier.
Yes,
right?
exactly
and
right.
And they're more attractive looking because they're more attractive. You know, Western grooming habits and things like that. And I should have mentioned that I know Monica Lewinsky better than anything. But it's the attack on conservative women. Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, the numbers ultimately do speak for themselves. I mean, they're really looking at specific Republican women elected office holders. But the Trump era has been where you've seen the most increase in Republican women in elected office. And obviously, one of the people who's been at the forefront of that is a Republican woman, Elise Stefanik, who I interviewed last week, I think, about her organization called EPAC is specifically about electing more Republican women to Congress. And there are now more federally elected Republican women than you've seen in all of American history. And I think it's one of the reasons that she's a potential vice president for Donald Trump. And obviously all of that is stuff that I don't think the people at New York Magazine included for some reason.